Aloha, and welcome to the Murph's Place 808 for the Love of Golf podcast. I'm your host, Murph. Hope everybody has had a great week out there this past week. I've had a pretty decent one. I know I mentioned last week, Joe P. on Sunday won the FIA belt for the fifth week in a row. And we had our FIA match again this past Sunday. The closest chance that I've had in the past 5 weeks of coming close to beating him. He had an unusual and uncharacteristic 1 over par 73 for the match. Another guy had a 74 and I had a 75. So Joe retained the belt for the 6th week now, record-setting 6th week. I had it for about 2 months, but you can't really count the months that the 1 month when COVID was going on and the golf course wasn't open, we didn't have any matches. So it kind of just hung out here at the house with me. So that really doesn't count. So I had it for 4 weeks, but Joe has surpassed that with 6 weeks. Congrats, Joe. The Beach Boys, we have our turkey shoot going on right now. We played today and we play again tomorrow. Today's round was at Kapolei golf course. It's kind of neat how we do the turkey shoot, that we play both days and they pay out the top 5 low net places. And we're going to have four drawings for Roger Dunn gift certificate cards. We had one really great shot today. We had another hole-in-one by Dan Messner on hole number 16, which was playing 167 yards. Now, this is his second hole-in-one this year. He also had a hole-in-one at the World Amateur Handicap Championship in Myrtle Beach this past August. And so this makes his second one, and he told everybody he used the same club that he hit his ace on at the World Am. He used that same club today to make his ace on hole number 16. So that earned him a couple $100 for the hole-in-one, and then he won a bunch of other money. He walked away with about $500 today. And luckily our match came out our match came out even. The one he and I play against each other, a little $5 Nassau 555 bet. So it's been a good couple of days. We're playing Koalina tomorrow for the second day of our turkey shoot, and hopefully I need to play a lot better. I end up shooting like 82 today. Did not play very well. My putting's been an issue, and I tried a few different putting styles. Not really so much like grip changes. You know, you could go left hand low, or you could do the claw. I didn't like change my grip. It's been the same grip, but I've been kind of doing things differently with my arms, like sticking my left elbow out a little bit when I putt. And I was doing that before, and I was putting pretty good, but I don't know. I don't know why I decided I needed to change it. I mean, I guess I felt like I wasn't making enough putts, but one of the other guys had told me that I was a good putter and I shouldn't change the stuff I was doing. I've also tried a couple of different clubs instead of my TaylorMade Spider S, which I need to stick with and not change clubs. I don't know. I can't figure this, why it's giving me such an issue. And there's times I'm not as confident over the ball. That's one thing, you know, when you're putting and you want to putt good, you gotta think positive that you're going to make the putt. And if you step over the putt and you're not thinking positive, or you've missed a bunch and you think, oh great, I'm going to miss this one, 9 times out of 10 you're probably going to miss it. So I need to get back in the frame of mind that I'm going to make everything that I stroke. So like today, I had a few putts that I didn't feel real comfortable over, but I still went ahead and made the stroke, and obviously I didn't make it because I wasn't feeling comfortable about the putt. So you just got to get in the right mindset. Just think that you're going to make everything that you put your putter on, and hopefully that, you know, you end up doing that. So I've mentioned in the previous podcast that I play TaylorMade equipment. I really like it. All the drivers. I've always played TaylorMade drivers, but I'm playing the Sim Max now with the Sim Max fairway wood and hybrid, and then the TaylorMade P790s. And there's been talk that there's going to be some new TaylorMade equipment coming out, possibly around February. Now, I've read several different things about this. I've heard people say that they don't think they're going to release new stuff because of the coronavirus, and they're saying that maybe they're just going to release some additional clubs. Like they had the UDI and UDY driving irons come out, and so people are kind of thinking that they're just going to add a couple of things like that instead of releasing all new clubs. But I know I've seen the TaylorMade P770 irons that are going to be coming out. So I don't know. It's kind of hard to believe what you read, because some people are saying, no, they're not going to release new stuff. And some people are saying that, yeah, they're going to release new stuff. And then you got another group saying that they're just going to add to the Sim line and not actually release a new driver. But I don't know. I think they'll end up releasing a new driver. I know some other manufacturers have released some new equipment, or are going to be releasing some new equipment. At least that's what they're saying. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I like the equipment that I'm playing with right now, and I don't have any plans to change it. I mean, I just got it this past year. So I'm not the type of guy that when a new driver comes out, I got to go buy it right away. If it's, I kind of go by the mindset, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Don't try to fix it if it's not broke. If you're playing good with the equipment you have, just keep playing it. Just because some other guy, I got these new clubs, they just came out, doesn't mean you have to go out and buy them. If you're playing good with your equipment, there's no reason to change it. Now, I'm not saying that you're playing with equipment that's 10 or 12 years old and you're still playing good with it, but, the technology in today's clubs are a lot better than clubs that were made 10 years ago. So that's one reason that you might want to change equipment, not necessarily just because it's new and you want the new stuff that's out. Like, I've got mine are from last year, and I still play good with them. I don't play as good with them right now as like I'd like to, but it doesn't make me want to go out and buy new equipment. And I've said this in a previous podcast before that, I've been told it's not the arrow, it's the Indian. So it's not the equipment, it's the person that's swinging the club. So if anything, take some lessons, get a lesson or two, and maybe that'll help with your game, not necessarily buying new equipment. But like I said, if you got older equipment, 10 or 12 years, yeah, you should update to new equipment because the technology is better than what it was back then. We're going to talk about some PGA news. Obviously, the Masters just finished up, and it was a great win, but let's talk about that. Let's take a short break. Hey guys, I got to tell you, if you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me tell you how. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or your computer. Not only that, but Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many other sites. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast all in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. That's ANCHOR.FM. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. All right, so the PGA, the Masters, just wrapped up. And how odd. In November, you got the Masters going on. Now, they're talking about it's going to go back to the regular date in April of 2021. So Dustin Johnson, who won the tournament, I'm sure everybody has heard that by now. But if not, he finished 20 under and won the tournament. Shot 4 under on the last day. He had a kind of rough go of it on Sunday. He turned it back around on the back nine, and he made birdie on 13, 14, and 15. Finished at 4 under for the day. Not bad for the rocky start that he had at the beginning of the day, but there's a reason why the guy's number one in the world. He wasn't the odds-on favorite to win the tournament. That was DeChambeau. Everybody thought that DeChambeau was going to end up winning this tournament this year because of his length off the tee and how he's been playing. And he has been playing good, but he was the odds-on favorite to win the tournament, and he ended up at tied for 34th place. Not where he wanted to end up, +1 on the last day and -2 for the tournament. You know, we talked about my buddy Pat and I having some bets, and one of our guys finished up there. We thought that he might end up pulling it out and winning it, and that was Justin Thomas. He finished in 4th place at -12. Yeah, I think he shot like 2 under on the last day on Sunday. But he was one of our picks for our bets, and man, I thought he was going to pull it out and win it. Another guy that I was hoping was going to win, not that I had any cheese on the line, but was Rory Mcilroy, because I've got that other bet with that guy that Rory's going to get this Grand Slam before Jordan Spieth gets it. Rory needs a Masters. Jordan Spieth needs I want to say PGA Championship. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think. But Rory finished tied for 5th, and I think he was 11 under, and he shot 3 under for the last day. Another guy that they thought might have a good chance of winning it was Jon Rahm. He didn't have a horrible tournament. He had some hiccups going down, the 3rd and 4th day, but he ended up shooting 1 under on the last day and to finish 10 under for the tournament. But the surprise, I think, of the tournament and the guy that set the record, Cameron Smith, he ended up tied for 2nd, 15 under, shot -3 on the last day, but the first player in Masters history to shoot all 4 rounds in the 60s, which is an amazing feat. And I wonder, I was talking to one of my buddies about this, that I wonder, because the scores were pretty low, and then, there was like 8 guys tied the one day at 9 under. I was talking to him, but I was asking, how much of this do you think all these low scores, 20 under, 15 under, 12 under, 11 under, 11 under, 10 under, 10 under, for a major, the Masters, how much of that do you think was because it was in November, which is a whole different atmosphere in Augusta at that time than what it is in April? The weather's different. Obviously, this year there was no fans. They had a little bit of weather, some rain, but I just wonder how much of the weather and the environment this year, or for the Masters this year, because it was November, how much that played a part in these guys shooting, this many guys shooting those low of numbers. And maybe I ought to do some research and find out and see in the past Masters, has this many guys shot that far under at this tournament. But I haven't checked on that, but I'll try to look that up and let you guys know. The other story of the day on Sunday was Tiger Woods. He was another one. He wasn't an odds-on favorite to win. He was in the list that if you were placing some bets that he should be, you should place a bet on him as the defending champion. He won the Masters last year. His day was not good on Sunday, at least on hole number 12, the par 3 there. He took a 10 on 3. He hit his tee shot up on the bank just short of the green. It rolled down into the water. He went up and took his drop and hit his next shot up on the green, but had too much spin on it, and it spun back and went down into the water. And then to play safe, he thought, well, I'm just going to hit it long. He hits it in the bunker in the back behind the green. And he had an odd stance. And I know they were talking about he was having some back issues, that his back was a little sore. And he had this weird stance in the bunker where he was trying to hit his shot. And he hits it out, and it hits on the green, but it just keeps rolling and rolls right down into the water. So he had to drop in the bunker again. Well, he didn't have to. He could have dropped back over on the other side of where he had hit his second shot. And he elected to hit it out of the bunker again. So then he hits it out of the bunker, barely gets it out of the bunker, and it rolls to like the fringe. And then he 2-putts for a 10. Now, this goes to show how you got to let that kind of stuff go and kind of right the ship, because the guy then went on a tear and birdied 5 out of the last 6 holes. That just goes to show his mental toughness, because a lot of guys would have been done after taking a 10 on a hole. They would have been done. I mean, when I say done, I'm not saying they would have quit, but mentally they would have been out of it. But that just goes to show just how tough Tiger is. You know, I like Tiger, but I do have a bet against him not winning a tournament this year or within the next 37 tournaments now, because this was the first one that started the bet. But I do like him. I want to win some money, so I don't want him to win. What was kind of cool though was the low amateur for the Masters was Andy Ogletree. And what was awesome was he got to play with Tiger on Thursday, the first round. And actually he played with him Thursday and he played with him Friday. And then because of in November in Augusta, it gets dark earlier, they had to finish up their second round on Saturday morning. So Ogletree got to play with Tiger on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I saw a couple of interviews with him that he was really nervous about playing with Tiger, and who wouldn't be? I mean, you're teeing it up with one of the best. Now, one of the commentators referred to him as the GOAT, but I don't think he's the GOAT, obviously. I think Jack Nicklaus is the GOAT, but he is one of the best. In my book, he would be the second best GOAT. But Ogletree got to tee it up and play with him, and he was talking about how nervous he was, and then how he kind of calmed down and relaxed after, he started playing with Tiger, and, he grew up watching him on TV and at the Masters and everything. So that would have been awesome. That would have been awesome. And to, hold it together and play pretty decent. I mean, he finished at -2 for the tournament, and that's pretty good. Playing in your first Masters and first major, even though you're still an amateur and not a pro yet, but I'm pretty sure this kid's going to turn pro. But that would have been an awesome thing to get to be able to do is to play with Tiger at the Masters. So it was a good Masters. Well, but he's only going to have 6 months, I think. December, January, February, March, April. 5 months, really. In 5 months, they're talking about having the Masters at the regular time, which is in April. So, Dustin Johnson, your Masters winner. Let's take a short break, and we'll be right back. This podcast is brought to you by Smart Boy Studios, the best studio and artist collective out of Ohio. Smart Boy Studios provides recording, mixing, and mastering services, as well as any other audio post-production you need. Smart Boy Entertainment artists Corey Gossett and JV Tree have a new EP out on November 20th, 5 Day Friends. The 6-song project explores the fun and friendly energy that these two artists have on a track together. With production from D. Swove, Vesta, and Ash Matthews, you can't help but to bob your head, tap your foot, and sing along to the stellar set of tracks. Head to www.smartboystudios.com to stay up to date on new music, new videos, and any upcoming events. If you'd like to support Smart Boy Studios and their artists, visit threads.smartboystudios.com to check out their merch. They offer hoodies, hats, shirts, and more. All right, welcome back, everybody. Well, I'm going to get ready to get out of here, but before I do, let's how about you guys send me one of your most memorable, it could be your most memorable, your funniest, or your weirdest golf story. Send that to my email at murphsplace808@gmail.com. murphsplace808@gmail.com. Send me a story, and we'll discuss it on air, or I'll read it on air. And let's see who can come up with who has the most craziest golf story to tell. Yeah, if you guys have any questions or topics you want me to discuss, just shoot me an email, murphsplace808@gmail.com. And so I'm going to get out of here, and wish me luck tomorrow. I want to play better than I played today, and hopefully make it in that top 5 to get a little cheddar tomorrow. So if you guys are playing, hit them straight, hit them long, and we will see you guys next week on the podcast, Murph's Place 808 for the Love of Golf podcast. Aloha, everybody.